How are you?
I'm fine. And you?
Good. Ready to go?
Yeah, of course.
Good. So let's get straight to it. By the way, I'm going to be in Wrocław next week. So maybe I'll see you in Wrocław next week.
Oh, fantastic.
Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Yeah.
Okay, so
Good.
we have to see. The first news is about a CCC company that launches new brand beyond shoes called Half Price. Half Price will offer cheaper products and compete with other off-price chains. This discount store is to offer an increasing range of brands over time, which will be available at very low prices.
Yeah, and this, of course, we talked about CCC last week with the Bouvier acquisition, which was a good deal, particularly good deal. But then this is Half Price. This is going into the really almost a dollar store format that you see in the US, really cheap, lots of different products. You know, they're good retailers. They'll probably be able to pull it off. So we'll be interested to see how they do it in a very difficult retail climate. But let's see, right?
Yeah, I've seen that one of the store is located in Warsaw and Wrocław, so we can go and check how it is.
Okay, great, cool. Okay, next story.
Polish manufacturing grows back, but shortages drive prices up. In April, PMI for the Polish industry reached 53.7 points, the research company IHS Markit reported. This is less than in March, when the reading of 54.3 points was the highest result in over 3 years. Nevertheless, it's still the second highest reading after June 2018.
Yeah, well, I think this could be a story for anywhere in the world. I mean, the inflation is back. It's going to be back big time. Prices are going up anywhere you look around the world. Economies and governments central banks are flooding the world with money. So natural consequence, but also one can argue high prices are good for those who are selling those particular products, right? So if you have those prices, you're happy, right? So we'll see. That's sort of a not particularly story we can do anything about today, but anyway, interesting to watch, see how that develops. Okay, next story. Fun one.
InPost and Poczta Polska, I'm sorry, a relentless search for new locations, even charges. At the beginning of the year, Alibaba with its AliExpress machines, as well as the native Polish Post, announced it will follow expansion plans of InPost and DPD pickup. Yeah,
again, big trend on deliveries everywhere, booming. But it is interesting that they're actually reaching out to churches and the priests at the church and saying, if you put, for example, an InPost in your parking lot, you're going to give him some 500 zlotys a month for the priest himself and different things. Funny thing to do, but they say necessity is the mother of invention. Anyway, we'll see. I bet the churches will take it, some of them, right?
Yeah.
Maybe next time you go to church, you'll have a InPost delivery at the same day.
Yeah, exactly. During the weekend when you visit the church, yeah, you can also take your package. Right. The next news is about Biomet Lubin that raises 21 million zlotys. Biomet Lubin, wytwórnia surowic i szczepionek stock is up by a considerable 51% over the past 3 months.
Yeah, I mean, Biomet Lubin has been one of the big winners in the crisis, in the COVID crisis, a huge gainer in share price over the last year, because they're doing a co-production deal, I think, with Moderna. So that's very big news for them. We'll watch how that goes. It'll be interesting to see how all these stocks perform when the crisis goes down, COVID goes down. But for now, good times for those guys. All right, what's next?
Polish oil company Orlen has started the process of selecting a contractor for hydrogen refueling stations and builds first hydrogen refueling stations in Poland. The first stations servicing buses and passenger cars will be built in Poznań and Katowice. Later this year, the company will start building a hydrogen hub also in Włocławek.
Yeah, this is I mean, the rise of hydrogen in the world's energy mix is going to be interesting to watch. I mean, it's a huge sector for Japanese, really important. It's a really big priority for them, Koreans as well. We see in one of the I think it's Rotterdam, one of the Dutch ports is putting in a hydrogen station, massive there. So hydrogen is going to it has a great potential. They're focusing on the big consumers, the buses and such. Passenger cars might come later, but interesting to watch that space as we go down from the oil and gas and coal, etc. So we'll see what happens with the hydrogen. Okay, next one.
Exotic and Henderson plans to open 11 new stores in Poland. Model Joanna Krupa, as she is well known abroad, has been the face and body of the exotic lingerie brand since 2011. She not only promotes herself, but is also a co-owner and creative director of this company.
Well, Esotique, interesting to see how they're expanding. They're expanding through the franchise model, not only in Poland, but also parts of Eastern Europe. So the franchise model lowers their risk, of course. They don't put much capital into it. But again, it's an expansion of retail. We'll see how it goes, while the online world is kind of completely moving very fast. So we'll see how that develops with the retail chain. Okay, Neta, next one.
Neta expands the data center as cloud demand booms. Within weeks of opening, the facility is reportedly already 1/3 occupied. One of the facility's first customers in Polish technology firm Cloudflare.
Yeah, well, the cloud demand for cloud-based facilities is huge. Again, globally, we've seen in recent news SAP in Poland, Google Cloud in Poland, Microsoft, and Alibaba Cloud. So big space, again, digital. Enough said. Next story.
Breakthrough for Equinor in Polish offshore wind. Equinor was among the first international developers to enter the Polish offshore wind market in 2018 through the acquisition of a 50% interest in the Bałtyk II and Bałtyk III projects from Polenergia.
Yeah, read the next story too, because it's wind related as well. We'll comment on both of them. So go to the next story.
Kegel lands its next Polish wind project. Kegel Investment Management has continued to strategically expand its presence in the Polish renewable energy market with the 27 megawatt Rywold project, its third Polish onshore wind farm.
Yeah, so the wind, of course, is both the onshore and the offshore has got tremendous momentum. I can say the wind at its back, so to speak. Tremendous momentum in Poland on the offshore. The offshore has huge technical issues that have to be dealt with. And that's why you're seeing these really very big Danish or Norwegian companies coming in on the offshore and partnering with Polish companies, in this case, Polenergia. So that's going to be a big thing. And then on the onshore, it's a lot easier, less issues. One thing that the government has either done already or is about to do is eliminate that rule that they put in 4 or 5 years ago, which was a distance between the wind farms and homes or houses, which was kind of a ridiculous rule. They finally figured out that it's ridiculous and they're getting rid of it. So that's going to be a fresh boom in the onshore wind. And of course, the offshore, we're going to follow that story a lot because it's going to be big business, big money in the next 2, 3, 4 years. So that's it for the day, right?
Yeah, that's it.
We're back on for tomorrow?
Of course, Tom. We will see you on Thursday. Yeah.
Great. Have a good day. Talk to you tomorrow.
Bye-bye. See you.
Bye, Magda. Bye.